I'm Keith Dafford. I'm here at Vexus Boats. We're at the Classic World Reveal Day for us, March 15th. It's been exciting so far. We showed the world what we've been working on for a while now, and I'm sitting in a new VX20, 20-foot, 11-inch fiberglass bass boat. I say that, it's so different, it's hard to even just call it a fiberglass bass boat. And I'll spend a little bit of time talking about it, but the first thing you'll notice is the finish of this boat is inherently different than anything else. This is our hard case paint, so we're post-painting the fiberglass. No longer do you have the flake or the gel coat applied. Now we're using a high-end gel coat for the whole bottom, but for the exterior surface, the part you see, we wanted an automotive grade finish that's easy to repair, it's more durable, UV resistant. In every case, it wins the battle against polyflake. And because of that, it's changed the look of the boat dramatically, and it gives you an endless color palette. So, you know, there will come a day where if you can dream the color up, we can paint it on the side of this boat, or on the console, or on the fenders. We've also completely re-engineered the hull, and all of the fiberglass is built with vacuum-infused technology. What that means, it's a very controlled and very technical setting. No open molding or chopper guns or open fiberglass. It improves our work environment dramatically, but just as importantly, it's given us a stronger, drier, better boat. It's also lighter, so which gives you overall top end speed, and also, you know, there's a number of attributes that come along with that. But as you get inside the boat, you really see all the different things we thought through, you know, down to the tie cleat itself. But rear deck of the boat, you've got deep, cavernous storage boxes. We put a lid shock on so they don't come over and catch the rods of the running rod rack. You've also noticed this stainless steel striker plate. What happens frequently with these compression locks is somebody inadvertently shuts the lid, and what happens then is
119 or chips like crazy.
Chips the gel coat. So we're putting a stainless striker plate just proud of the gel coat itself, and it also gives us a more secure area for the tang itself to hold. These stainless compression locks are reversible. I love to talk about our Livewell. What you see here is our intensive care Livewell system. You're seeing it in the ultra full mode. What that means is so often you're at a tournament and you're a long way from weigh-in. And so you're gonna make a long run back, and maybe it's choppy. It's usually rougher in the afternoon than it is in the morning. Right. So you're running back, and as that water's sloshing in the Livewell, much of that water goes out the overflow. It exits out, and you can't re-grab water running down the lake. So what we set out to do was give these fish more care. We wanted a soft ride system for them. So what you're able to do is turn a valve, and in roughly a couple of minutes, it'll fill that Livewell. That valve shut off the overflow, and it'll fill that Livewell to the brim. So you see here, there's 35 gallons of water in this. So now that fish is in a sealed environment. We're letting the air exit out through the sump. So otherwise I wouldn't be able to open this lid. But now as those fish, as you negotiate or navigate back to the weigh-in, they're not being beat up. It's a much more controlled environment. We've also, I love this pulse system where you're able to look individually at the divided Livewell and know which fish, you know, if it's a red buoy I'm culling, and I know he's in this side. We put a shock on this lid, which is a dual. It also helps insulate it. So hot summertime, now I've got two lids protecting that heat from getting down into that water. So if you cool that water off, it's going to stay cooler longer. Speaking of coolers, we put between the driver and passenger seat this stay cold cooler system. Rivals what you see in the name brand coolers that are very expensive in the market. Completely foam filled, foam the lid, and it's also got a chill area to put sandwiches, candy bars, energy bars, anything you don't want soggy, you just set separately and it stays cool. It's got integrated cup holders here as well. One of the things you'll immediately notice is the flooring system. So this is an EVA rubber, 18-pound density. And what that does is it's soft to the touch, but it quick dries. Oftentimes, you sit here to rig tackle, sit on it, and figure out the carpet. So we just replace the carpet here, so it'll dry almost instantly. Wash the boat off, put it back to rig tackle. Driver and passenger seating have airwave seat pedestals under it. This one's set for a 220-pound guy. It comes with an air pump and a guide system. You just control the air intake with these valves. But now, it's taking the shock of that wave that's transferring through the hull and it's absorbing that, and it's a world of difference. I found them up in the north fishing in walleye boats. They're fairly common up there, but in bass they're not. So as we set out to build this product, we wanted the best riding environment possible for the angler. So we've done that with more deeper V in the hull, but we've also done it with this this airwave system. Running rod racks, another feature. We wanted one, oftentimes co-anglers carrying 7 or 8 rods, and so you've got 8 tubes, some of which are ambidextrous. So if I had a particular rod that I wanted, maybe it had a whopper plopper or something with big trebles I wanted to keep out of the way, I could set it in there, and now it's not tangling up with the other rods. Or I can set them all facing the stern and now bind them in as such. So it's much easier for the co-angler to keep his rods organized. Down under the front step, we've got a quick drawer that slides out. You put a lot of different things in there. We got tired of stepping on plier handles and things that were sticking up, so we felt like we ought to put a drawer that was a real easy slam latch system, so it's quick access. I want to measure a fish. I measure it, drop it back in there, and now it's out of the way and then bouncing around on the floor of the boat. Front deck, I've already showed you the EVA on the front center lid. I can put 8-foot 4-inch rods in this VX20, and I can put an array of tackle. You see it rigged a couple of different ways. It has 10 Plano boxes under one side, some Bass Mafia bags under the other. You can put 8-foot 4-inch rods. You got a nice rod organizer bungee system that keeps them from, most of the time your rods get tangled because they slide forward. You're braking at a stoplight or something. So that's what this bungee system does, is it keeps them from sliding down onto each other while you're en route to the water. Port side rod box holds 8-footers. There's 23 rods in there right now. I've put 40 in, still had room to spare. I actually just run out of rods to put in there. And we've got a quick draw shelf here on the side. So if you've got a particular rod you want access to, like I said earlier, let's say you've got schooling fish and you know they're around, and maybe you've got that top water, you sit it over here on the ledge, and now your trebles aren't hung in your rod socks when you get ready to pull it out. You've also, on the 20-footer, got a starboard box that could be used as a rod box as well. So it'll hold 7-foot rods. You see it rigged up. We've been in adverse weather, so my partner and I's helmets, life jackets, rain suits, all of that can be thrown in there very easily. In the cockpit, so while we're here close, you'll notice up to today's largest 16-inch depth finders. This is Lowrance's new HDS 16 Live in there, so with room to spare. And we've got a keyless ignition system. I'll show you if I can find the key fob. Much like today's automobiles, this keyless ignition works when this key fob is in range, okay? Now, let's say you forgot it, or it was still in your truck. There's a sequence code that you can hit to overcome that. It also acts as a secondary kill switch. So if this goes in the water, let's say it's attached to me, I'll wear it all the time. If I went in the water, it kills the connection, which shuts this engine down. Again, your partner could come reprogram it to come get you, if that was the case, but it's a secondary safety feature to the original kill switch that's here. Digital gauges, they're running off GPS speed. There's no speedo tube running up that gets clogged. It's running off true GPS speed all the time. They're multi-function, so I can look at lots of different engine data, fuel usage, etc. Standard with tilt steering, which gives you better visibility to the depth finder. Certainly a driver and passenger seat slide. We've got anti-vandal touch switches, much like think of an elevator. Real easy to touch, but also real durable. And this wiring harness was completely redesigned. It's labeled, so every wire is labeled. If you need to come in and do rigging, it's going to tell you what each respective wire does. And we've also run a 6-gauge harness to the console and split off with 10-gauge wire and independent breakers for these depth finders. What's happening is a lot of people are adding depth finders to their boat, and they're running too shallow or too thin of a wire, and it's killing the amperage. And so if you start your boat, or if you start your motor and the electronics dies, that's why. So we've completely re-engineered that for today's big depth finder. Then at the front deck, after you've looked underneath, you notice a big wide that's made possible because of the pickle fork design. So I'm roughly 4 inches wider up here than I'm used to because of the pickle fork design. It has a carpet pad underneath, recessed pedal, and certainly a back mount system for today's large depth finds. So really designed the boat for big rough water, but also for a guy like me that loves to flip shallow water. So anyway, check out our website. There's lots of information on Facebook, Instagram, other information that's being fed today. But take a look at this boat. If you're an enthusiast and love to tournament fish, I think this could be the boat for you.